the first problem of the exercise shared. So they have two data sets there, x in terms of rupees and y in terms of dollars. We have to compute the required statistics and we have to compare which distribution is consistent or more uniform. As I said, the measure of consistency is coefficient of variation CV. Now these are the values of x. Since quartiles and quartile deviation are asked, the data has to be arranged. So first I have arranged the values of x in the increasing order. Then to compute the mean, because standard deviation requires the value of mean, to compute mean we need the total of x. And this is raw data. If you remember the formula, x bar is sigma x by n, which is total of x divided by n, which comes to 18.3333. And to compute the standard deviation, we need the total of x square. So this is sigma x square, which indicates total of the squared values of x. So you have to compute x square for every value of x and then total it. Remember, this is not same as the total of x whole square. These two are different quantities. Sigma of x square, sigma x the whole square. Sigma of x square is required for standard deviation, sigma x is required for mean. So you have sigma x square as 5949. Therefore, the standard deviation will be 5949 divided by 15 minus x bar square. X bar is computed as 18.33. 18.3333 whole square, the whole square root. So it comes to be 7.775 rupees. Now, since the unit of measurement is given for the variable, all the statistics computed will have the unit except for the relative measures of dispersion. Now standard deviation is 7.775, mean is 18.33, CV, coefficient of variation will be standard deviation by mean into 100, which becomes 42.4288. Since it is multiplied by 100, it is percentage. Now for the first set of values x, for the series x, we are observing coefficient of variation as 42.4228. Now execute, write the values of y in the increasing order, compute y square, compute the quartile, standard deviation, and then CV for y also. You will observe that CV for y comes around 12.6119%. Now we have to comment whether set x is consistent or the set or the series y is consistent. The measure of consistency is CV. Lesser the value of CV, more consistent the distribution is. So comparing the CV of x and y, we are observing that CV of y is lesser value. Therefore, we can say that the second series or the series y, which is in terms of dollars, is more consistent than the series x. Now coming to the other measures, we know the computation of quartiles. For raw data, Qi is I into n plus 1 by 4. So this, you can take this as a revision. Those who don't know how to compute quartiles, Qi is I into n plus 1 by 4. The required quartiles for Qd and IQr are just Q3 and Q1. So we'll just compute Q3 and Q1. Q1 is 1 into n plus 1 by 4. N is the number of observations. Totally there are 15 observations. 15 plus 1 is 16. 16 by 4 is 4th. Fourth value of x in the arranged series. So you have to look into the fourth value in the arranged series, which is 14. Therefore, Q1 is equal to 14 in terms of unit of measurement, rupees. Similarly, Q3 is 3 into n plus 1 by 4, which comes to be 12. 12 is the position, 12th value of x, which is 25. So Q3 is 25 rupees. Once you have the values of Q1 and Q3, IQR is Q3 minus Q1, which is 25 minus 14, 11 rupees. QD is Q3 minus Q1 by 2, which is 25 minus 14 by 2, 11 by 2, which is 5.5 rupees. Coefficient of QD, Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1, 25 minus 14 by 25 plus 14. So if you remember, the quartiles are in terms of rupees. So both are in terms of rupees. The unit get cancels here. Therefore, this is unit free measurement. Coefficient of quartile deviation is 0.2821. Similarly, the computation of range and its coefficient. Range is highest minus lowest. Lowest is 5, highest is 30. Therefore, range is 30 minus 5, 25. Coefficient of range will be 30 minus 5 by 30 plus 5, which comes to be 0.7149. No unit for the coefficient of range, coefficient of quartile deviation, as well as coefficient of variation. Now this is how we compute the things for raw data. Now execute the same steps for the series y. You can verify the value of CV of y, 12.61. Compute the mean, range, coefficient of range, IQR, quartiles, coefficient of quartile deviation, standard deviation, mean and CV for the set y. I'll upload one more video which includes the computation of the things for the discrete frequency data as well as continuous frequency data. Meanwhile, try and complete the remaining problems.